You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real as Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You can make this possible. I do want to bring this up. Leading up to the 2016 election, White House senior policy advisor Stephen Miller promoted white nationalist literature, pushed racist immigration stories, and I've said I'm done with that damn story, Melik. I'm doing something else. So stop talking about the other story. So here we go. Actually, on the TV show, when you discussing the next show story, you finish talking about the other story. But we talked to Stephen Miller, y'all, promoted white nationalist literature, pushed racist immigration stories, and obsessed over the loss of Confederate symbols after Dylann Roof's murderous rampage, according to leaked emails reviewed by Hate Watch. The emails, which Miller sent to the conservative website Breitbart News in 2015-2016, showcase the extremist anti-immigrant ideology that he has helped create as an architect of Donald Trump's presidency. Do y'all recall this discussion last week?
No.
Explain who Stephen Miller is.
Stephen Miller works in the White House. He's the person who's actually crafting the immigration policy for President Trump.
Hold up, not just immigration.
Oh, yeah, not just immigration.
So if you're going to ask me why I don't put them in the same box, I've never liked anything about Richard Spencer. I've never liked anything about Milo. You can disagree with some policies that Stephen Miller is advocating while he's in the White House, but from my perspective, Stephen Miller is not that racist, is not that white supremacist.
So have you taken a look at what's going on the border? Miller doing this.
But what's the racist policy that you're talking about on the border?
We don't have time for that.
But that's what I'm saying. So if you're going to ask me why I don't put them in the same bag, I'm saying you can disagree with but you can disagree with policies that are going on at the border without calling someone
separating families,
without
all that.
But how is that racist though?
I'm about to sip some tea. Again,
smoking a joint.
I really did.
I thought you were advertising to him.
I'm sipping some tea.
Marijuana stop.
Again, according to leaked emails, White House senior policy advisor Stephen Miller, the same one we're discussing right there, promoted white nationalist literature, pushed racist immigration stories, and obsessed over the loss of Confederate symbols after Dylann Roof killed 9 black people in a church in South Carolina. The emails also show Stephen Miller with extremist anti-immigrant ideology in the emails. Melik, what you got to say now?
Well, as I said last week, and I'll say again today, I draw a distinction when we're talking about actual policy. I think we just saw the clip, and the question was, well, is the border family separation, is that a racist policy?
Is Stephen Miller white supremacist?
Stephen Miller has to answer for
No, I'm asking you. No, Jason, I'm asking you. Is Stephen Miller white supremacist?
Well, I don't classify him as a white supremacist.
So how the hell you classify these emails?
Stephen Miller was pitching stories to Breitbart or whatever.
It's Breitbart.
It's Breitbart.
Stephen Miller was pitching stories to Breitbart. That's something that he has to answer for himself.
No, I'm asking you.
I don't think that Stephen Miller is a white supremacist.
So what is he?
No, I don't think that Stephen.
What is he?
Well, I don't know what he is, but I don't think he's a white supremacist. If we're talking about actual policy.
Is he racist?
No, hold up. Okay, let me read again just in case you missed it. He promoted white nationalist literature.
He pushed
racist immigration stories. Mm-hmm. And obsessed over the loss of Confederate symbols after Dylann Roof killed 9 black people. So now, with that, how would you classify Stephen Miller?
As someone ignorant, as someone did some stupid things.
Jason, go ahead, Jason. Jason, go ahead. Jason, go ahead.
I mean, if you looked at the Southern Poverty Law Center and the stuff that came out, and a woman who is now rejecting her past racism is saying...
A self-described white nationalist.
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
She was simpatico with Stephen Miller. She says that Stephen Miller was a racist and is a racist, that his policy was based on things that he read from, that were anti-Muslim, that were anti-immigrant, things that were based on Mein Kampf. All these things are actually how he's shaping his policy and reflected in his worldview. And I understand, I understand you want to protect the image of your party. I get that. But why?
You understand something that's not true.
But last week, okay, so I don't know who you want to protect then, but last week you were pretty sure that you were saying, I don't think Stephen Miller is a racist.
And I repeated that today.
And that's problematic when you have the evidence.
Well, I just say,
I don't get it.
I just say, very quickly, so the issue I find is that racists get more offended with being called racist than racist behavior. They're okay with the racist behavior, but they get offended when you call them racist. Own it. This is racist. When you treat people and you dehumanize them as racist. When President Trump came out and when that woman was killed in Charlottesville to say both sides are equal, when one's the KKK, the other was protesting hate, that's racist.
But that's
exactly what he said. And then when he came out,
that's what
when the people from Bahamas
characterized.
Can I go ahead and read this? Because just in case Melik is still confused.
Yeah.
Go to my iPad. Stephen Miller's name also has appeared on American Renaissance as an author. On July 19, 2005, the white nationalist website republished a piece he wrote for the right-wing online publication Front Page Magazine called Santa Monica's High's Multicultural Fistfights regarding his high school alma mater. American Renaissance commonly republishes stories from other publications that fit into its racist agenda. Hate Watch reached out to American Renaissance for a comment twice about Miller's post, how Miller's post came to appear on his website, but did not receive any reply. In the article, Miller blames the left for a variety of problems in the nation's schools, including excusing Black and Hispanic misbehavior by holding those students to a lower standard. So Melik, if he has got some work that's being run on a white nationalist website, what makes it so appealing to a white nationalist website? So is it what?
I've never read it. I don't know.
Oh, you never. So
why would I go to a white nationalist website?
But the fact that so you don't think that if somebody has something
that's a problem.
No, but if somebody has written something, but you still say he's not a white nationalist.
It's not a problem. But
no. Answer my question. Is it?
He's
it's a problem.
Policy.
But you haven't been able to link that white supremacy, that
racism. My God.
You read the same thing I did.
Melik.
It's in the.
You're not going to be able to convince me that family separation is a racist policy. Well, of course you are.
What about letting kids die? What about letting kids die?
What do you mean letting kids die?
Kids have died. Wait, time out. You're asking a question.
Let kids die.
It happened. There was a woman. It happened on Mother's Day about a year ago. Her name was Maria. I can't remember the kid's name. They didn't give her medical help. She died. That's happened several times.
Okay, but is that a function of Stephen Miller?
That's a function.
That's a function of racism.
It's a function of racism.
Wait a minute. So you're saying that our federal government is purposely killing people and letting people die?
Yeah. Where in the hell have you been for the past 18 months?
I forget time and time again that I'm in the seat of.
Are you saying this didn't happen?
No, you're in the seat of facts.
That's what
it didn't happen.
Kelly, go ahead. Kelly, go ahead.
Kelly, go ahead. It didn't happen. Government is allowing people to die at the border because
believe what you want to believe, but we got
Kelly, go ahead.
Well, that's your opinion. That's
your
opinion that it was racist.
Kelly, go ahead.
The person died.
Kelly,
but it's not racist.
Kelly, go.
What I find interesting here, Melik, is when we saw the video of the police officer with the young man trying to pull his bag, you straight up said that he was prejudiced and that it was wrong.
I didn't say he was prejudiced. I said that he was wrong.
Oh, well, that he was wrong. Mm-hmm. For whatever reason, he was wrong. You can see that behavior, and you can see that it's wrong. Multiple other videos, I've been on this panel with you, similar stories, similar outcomes. You can point out and say, this cop is wrong, or that barbecue Becky is wrong, or that person is doing whatever. Or if the Democrats do something negligent, you're quick to point out that they are negligent, that they are doing something wrong. Stephen Miller has 900 emails reflecting his racist views, ideologies, and behavior. And you still won't say that he's wrong.
Well, I know. I said that he should be held to account for what he said, in that he has to answer.
I did not hear you say that.
I specifically asked you.
What's racist?
No,
Okay, so let me ask you a series of questions. Melik, do you believe any of these 900 emails show racism about Stephen Miller?
Yes, absolutely.
Do you believe that Stephen Miller is a racist?
No, I can't say that.
I'm not done. Do you believe that Stephen Miller is spouting white nationalist, white supremacist points of view?
Well, according to what we saw from
these are 900 emails. I'm asking you.
According to what we read on the Southern Poverty Law Center website, yes, he has.
So do you believe that if he is spouting white nationalist, white supremacist views, that he is a white nationalist, white supremacist?
I don't know. And the reason that I don't know is because I think that it's a much layered discussion than what we have. So if someone...
How many layers is it?
Because when we're
Is it a 2-layer cake, a 3-layer cake,
for me,
a 5-layer cake? What is it?
For me, if I'm going to say that this person is racist, this person is an anti-Semite, this person is homophobic or whatever, because we have that in our own community, I need to be able to attach it to some sort of policy.
I'm sorry, we have what in our community?
Well, not just the black community.
So you said they can say racist things, but they don't prove it in your policy. It's okay.
Well, I believe that people can say racist things without
policy.
being racist. I believe that people can say anti-Semitic things,
ending TPS.
homophobic things without being homophobe. I absolutely do.
Jason, go ahead.
So lowering the threshold for refugees, ending TPS for black and brown nations, not to mention the things that the president has stated, and family separation mainly for people coming from brown and black nations, not for people who are coming from European nations. We haven't heard any stories of that, and the Human Health and Human Services said themselves that this caused lasting damage to these children. And you don't think that there is any kind of racial tie, so someone has to call you a nigger in order for it to be racist?
No.
Is that what you need?
No, not at all. But we're not going to agree that family separation policies is a racist policy. That's your worldview. I get it. I don't agree with it. You're not going to make me agree with it. You calling him a racist. But to the point of the Southern Poverty Law Center, since we're on the discussion of them, they also say that Louis Farrakhan is an anti-Semite. Does everyone on the panel agree with the Southern Poverty Law Center that Louis Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam are anti-Semite and anti-Semitic organizations?
So does
everybody agree with that?
Conversation.
It's not a shutting down the conversation.
This is the let's talk about Hunter Biden.
I didn't get an answer. Does everyone agree that this is anti-Semite?
This isn't what we're talking. We're talking about Stephen Miller.
But
correct?
does everyone? Well, we're also talking about the article that was in the Southern Poverty Law Center.
Do you have 900 emails from him saying that stuff?
No.
So again, y'all. So let me
I get that your community don't want to talk about
that. Your community. Is it not yours?
Anti-Semite. I can criticize.
Here's the deal, y'all.
You put that case on strong.
You need to be held.
Come to me, y'all. Here's the deal.
If you can produce 900 emails,
guys, here's the deal. Come to me, please. Come to me.
Also produce.
Here's the deal, y'all. Here's the deal for everybody who's watching. Okay, game, recognize game. If you need to deflect, you deflect as fast as possible. When you can't defend the actual topic.
Which is why?
Now, as somebody who has been in television for quite some time, I've used the trick, so I know what Melik is trying to do. He's tried it all day. The bottom line is this here. He's afraid to criticize Stephen Miller.
Because of what?
Because I don't know whether he wants to hurt his feelings.
I don't know.
But the reality is this here. If you can't call it what it is, then you're afraid to call it what it is. And the bottom line is this here. We said it last week that Stephen Miller looked up to Richard Spencer, who's a racist, a virulent racist. You have 900 emails.
Miller has condemned.
You have 900 emails, okay, showing this as well. You have an administration that's had many other people who have been in it with ties to white nationalists, white supremacists, and folks have they've been forced out after they've been exposed. So you have to ask the question, what makes Trump so attractive to like-minded people? This is just part one of the Southern Poverty Law Center's expose on Stephen Miller. There will be more. and we'll have it for you. All right, folks, back to that Roland Mark Unfiltered video in just one moment. Hey, folks, as the momentum around marijuana grows around the country, the folks at marijuanastock.org have already reached more than half of their funding goal for their hemp CBD investment. That's right. If you want to take advantage of this great opportunity, you need to do it now because it won't last much longer. If you don't know, I'm talking about the hemp plant, the good cousin to marijuana, with a much higher concentration of CBD. That means hemp gives you all the medical benefits of marijuana without getting you high. Also, if you don't know, hemp farming is now legal in the United States, creating one of the largest commodities worldwide. Folks, it's an incredible investment opportunity, and that's where the folks at 420 Real Estate come in. Their business model is simple. They buy land that supports hemp CBD grow operations and lease it to high-paying tenants. That's right, they are hemp CBD landlords, and you can get in on the action. Of course, as hemp continues to change the economic landscape, 420 Real Estate is allowing you to chase the American dream. The best part is right now you can invest in this crowdfunding campaign for as little as $200. That's right, $200 up to $10,000. Do it now before the fund is closed. To invest, go to marijuanastock.org. That's marijuanastock.org. Get in the game and get in the game now. Back to your Roland Martin Unfiltered video.